My goal having this YouTube channel is to get people on the right path. It doesn't necessarily mean that you'll drive truck at Walmart, but I share all my experiences here working at Walmart and hoping that you'll learn something here that'll save you trouble in the future and get you on the right path. So check out what I got for today. So like I said, I just want to get people on a path to, a good job here at Walmart. It's a great place to work, and pretty much just want to help people out. I've never mentioned, well, I won't say never, I've rarely mentioned to use me as a reference, for me to get a bonus out of that. But it's actually very beneficial if you did mention me, because it lands up putting you at the top of the stack and you'll get a call back much sooner. But hey, when you got a good thing, or about a good thing, I don't know about you guys, but I like spread good word around and let people know, and get all the best drivers we can over here. I know they're talking about getting 16,000 people hired. I think we're up to like 12 or 13 right now. So I mean, yeah, they're still going to be hiring for a while. But with all this being said, I'll say this: it's not always perfect here. I mean, we have our bad days. Let me tell you about that. So today's my Tuesday, and so when I came in yesterday, it was actually Monday, but my Monday, came in and they gave me a run to Martinez, which is, 3.5 hours. And then from there over to, I don't remember the name of the place, but it's a bottling company, or Coca-Cola has something to do with it. Heavy load for sure. Never been there before. It was in West Sacramento. And yeah, flat out, I think I waited like, over 3 hours, 3.5 hours, something like that. And finally got me loaded. So it's not always perfect. There's going to be times like that. I mean, I'm getting paid $15 an hour for sitting there, which is not good, but it's better than nothing. And basically it only got worse at that point. Ended up going to the scale over at 49er truck stop. What a mess it was there. It took a long time, a lot of traffic. Finally got a scale, like 540 pounds over on the trailer tires. Well, it's 79,700 pounds. So shifting it around really, I can't be running back and forth to the scale, shifting around, something like that. It'll just be a disaster. So I got back, told them, hey, I'm overweight. And they said, we'll put it in door 17. So I did. Again, waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, I feel the truck move around a little bit. So I go back and I talk to the guy in between the crack there, the trailer and the building. And I say, well, yeah, it's over 540 pounds on the trailer. And he goes, oh, so you need a pallet taken off. And I said, yeah, pretty much just take a pallet off, probably fine. Well, he didn't do that. Well, he did do that, but he proceeded to basically pull everything out, put it back in, and then ended up taking a pallet off the end. I think I probably would have been fine if he'd have just taken a pallet off, but what do I know? So finally get all that done, go into the office to get my paperwork, and I see that the paperwork has the wrong seal on it, and I'm like, no, that you're missing a 0. And so the gal does it. She gives it back, and I go, still missing a 0. And so she did this like 3 times. And then finally she gets the 0 on there where it's supposed to be. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. The only problem is that this shows it's a 45,000 and something pound load. Well, now that he took the pallet off, it's like 43,100 and something. So 3 more times she printed up some bills, and either the seal was wrong again, or it had the wrong weight. And I'm just like, wow. So finally gets it done. I'm like, great. So I go back over to the scale. It scales out. Well, I'm getting paid $15 an hour that whole time this is happening. The running back and forth, the waiting for the paperwork, waiting for them to load it. Not great wages compared to what I would have made driving. And so I landed up, I think I only got like an hour down the road. Remember, I only drove 3.5 hours in the morning. And then whatever it was, I think I may have got another hour to get to West Sacramento. And then 1 hour at the end of the day. So what is that? About 5.5 hours driving? I don't even think it was that. Anyway, and so I get parked for the night, and I see that I only made $335. And that may sound great to a lot of people out there, but for a Walmart driver, I'm missing quite a bit, because my ADP is $451. So it's not severe, but I'm not happy about it for sure. If it had been more, and I don't know if this is the same in the other DCs across the country, but let's say I only made like 200 and some odd dollars, I probably could have went in and talked to one of the people in the office or the GTM and said, hey, you know what? I stood by this thing the whole time, figured it all out, and at the end of the day, I basically worked a day and I get, half my wages. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll make you whole, is what they call it. Basically, that means, like, my ADP right now is $451. Then they will just ignore all that happened during the day and then just pay me $451. Being that I was only about, $120 away or something like that, I know some guys probably wouldn't have left it alone. They probably would have thrown a fit and everything else and tried to get them to make them whole. I didn't do that. I just used some of my PTO time to lift it up to $451. It used 0.22, so basically like a quarter of one of my days off, one of my paid days off, to increase that. I don't have a problem with that at all, because I'm week on, week off. We get tons of PTO time. I've been here going on 17 years, so my PTO time is much more than what the new guys get. What do the new guys get? New guys get like 21 days or something like that. I get quite a bit more. I wouldn't say double, but quite a bit more. So I don't mind using some of my PTO to bring that up. But I bring all this up to just basically point out, no, this is not the perfect job, and there is no perfect job. We have problems. Things happen. These kind of things happen. But, even with all that, I still bring up the same thing to drivers. At the end of the year, let's say you expected to make $110,000. Is that what you got paid? Well, I know some of the drivers are going to pop up and say they didn't. I don't know what their deal is. But you know what? What I figure I'm supposed to get paid every year, I end up getting paid that. So, for something like this to happen, it's not a huge deal. It's not like I'm going broke, I mean, if it's one of those deals where someone says, hey, I got to wait till next payday to get some more money, it's like, if you're in that position, you got problems, and it's not working at Walmart or any other job. You've got your finances screwed up, because if you're making over $100,000 a year and you're living from paycheck to paycheck, that's nobody's fault but your own. That's not where you work at. So, in other words, this is not an issue. And it hardly ever happens. I mean, maybe in some parts of the country, some of these guys may deal with this more. But for me, this hardly ever happens. It's a rarity. If I get 2 or 3 of these in a year, that would be amazing. That'd be like, wow, that's, 2 or 3, maybe 4 times of waiting 6 hours and getting paid that much less. It's kind of rare. So. Okay, I think I jinxed myself. After I just got done telling you this doesn't hardly ever happen, here's what happened after I made the video today. So far, been here 2 hours waiting for an empty with all these people. There was only 12 trucks ahead of me. Now I think it's 5. I think there's a truck in front of that one. Yep. Sucks to be here. So there it is then. I try to help people, find a good career driving a truck. This is a great place to have a good career. And, when you want to know about something to see if you want to invest your time and energy into it, what do you normally do? Normally you would go to, you know, a person that has something to do with it, a YouTube channel, a Google search, something to get the info with something that you trust. And I would hope that you guys trust me because, well, for one, I've been here going on 17 years. Two, I'll tell you the bad and the good. I won't just give you all the, you know, oh, you make this much and it's so wonderful. I'll tell you things that are not great. And, you know, three, most of the time I end up showing you guys, hey, this is what happened today. Like it's actually happening. I'll either show that or it'll happen, and at the end of the day I'll tell you, hey, this is what happened, it didn't work out great, and this is what I did. And so, I mean, if you can't trust that, then, you know, I don't know how much more proof you need. So really, I am out here to help. If you want to use me as a reference, that's great. I'll put my information in the description. Basically, I think on the application it says, it doesn't say who referred you or do you have a referral. I think what it says is, do you know anybody that works at Walmart? Well, if you're watching me on here, then you know me. And that's where you put it in at. Unless they've changed the application, that's what it is. So, like I said, if you want to use me for a reference, go for it. So far, I've had this channel for over a year. I have only mentioned it a few times, and I haven't even gotten one referral so far. And I'm totally okay with that because I'm more about trying to help people and just give good information. And so I hope that helps, and I'll catch you guys later.